Hey everybody, today's project is going to be taking those paddles, which are 29-inch STU Tributes, and we're going to cut off the reverse paddle. Don't really need to, but I thought it'd be a fun project and just another time where I can show you guys how to cut paddles, or how I do it, an easy way. So what you'll need first, some sort of safety spectacles, headphones if you want to keep your ears in good working order, the oscillating tool, paint pen, maybe a different bit for the oscillating tool. So this one's a worn out wood bit, which you can use. It seems to work pretty good. I prefer a worn out bit like that one, and then what I'll do is just come in here with the sanding flap wheel and grind just a little bit on here to get the teeth off of it, make it more like a knife. So you can probably see that right there. So first thing we're going to do is mark the tire. Won't need our headphones for that. So on these, I'm going to leave a little bit here. We drive on a lot of pavement or gravel, so it just helps protect, you know, the inner part of the tire there from wearing out as fast. So what I found on these, I always mark them because you'd hate to cut off the wrong paddle. I know it sounds stupid, but it could happen. So what I'm going to do is, there's a natural little, you can probably see it, these little tire knobby things here. There's one right there, which I think that'll be a good spot to end my cut. That leaves that for a little bit of protection. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of make my cut come along here and up like that. That gives what's left a little bit of you know, more bracing there. So what I'll do is I'll mark those. I could mark that too, so it's easy to see as I'm cutting to where I'm going to start transferring up. So just rotate it around, make your marks. Some of them are getting to be a little bit hard to see. If we wanted to be exact, we could do some measuring, but I think I can see them good enough here. It's been a while since I made the video on cutting my Skat paddles. So you can see this one, I cheated a little bit and I was just testing the two blades because I hadn't tried one with the teeth still on it. You could see that cut, it definitely worked, but it's a little rougher. The knife blade one works pretty good. And if you get a real thin section of rubber, the blade with teeth on it does not work as well. It tends to just wiggle the paddle instead of cutting it. The knife blade one does build some heat after cutting a few of them off. Sorry about the interruption. The kids needed some help with schoolwork, so that comes first. The projects come second. Anyway, put on our safety glasses and our earmuffs, and we'll start cutting. Here we go. I may be a little bit rusty on the first couple of cuts since it's been a while since I've done it, but we'll test it out and see how it goes. We're going to just kind of follow the tire, and then about this mark, then we'll start tapering it up. So that you could see, I need to go, it's kind of hard to do this while getting it on video too. So I need to just follow that a little bit tighter. It doesn't hurt to go back and make another cut. Well, there you got one. let's see, I'm trying to figure out what's the easiest to try and make it best for you guys to see without me being in the way. Maybe we'll try angle it like that and put it down here. Okay, we'll move around. That makes it a little bit easier for you guys to see, I think. Harder for me to cut though. So you can see when the blade starts getting hot, makes it a little bit harder to cut. It's always good to have a failure on video because then we can see how to remedy that. So I'm going to hit this with the wheel again. And we'll give her another go. Okay. So that's part of it, is I hadn't sharpened it since the last time I did a video on this. So it does help to have it sharp. It's a lot easier to follow the contour of the tire. So the last time I made a video, you saw that I used the sanding disc to smooth it out. I'm not going to this time. It doesn't really matter. It'll all get worn smooth as soon as you're out in the sand anyway. So after a couple of cuts, you can really feel that it's that it gets dull. So you can just have this ready to go ahead and just whip it again real quick. You don't have to hit it a lot, just enough to make it sharp. And it really cuts a lot better when you keep it sharp. If you wanted to do it perfect, you could sharpen it more often, but for the sake of not taking up too much time on the video, we won't sharpen it. And there you have it. There's one side done. I may or may not change some of this. You know, if you're picky and you don't like, you know, imperfections in it, there's a couple, you know, I could sharpen it and hit that a little bit more, but once you're in the sand, it doesn't really matter. So there's one side. We'll jump to the other side and be done here in just a few minutes. So like we did on the other one, we'll give this a fresh sharpen. We'll mark. All right, there we go. Let's see, I think you can see pretty good right there. Given that I can get a good angle here. Change this way. you know what we can also do? Give it just a little bit more angle so hopefully you guys can see better. It just cuts like butter. And there we have it. Those have all the opposite ones where the reverse paddles cut off, and we have a nice little ridge there in the middle to protect this area a little bit more. I've had the tires wear out in this area, but that should give us a little bit more forward bite, a little more gap between the paddles. So hopefully you guys liked the video. Guess I can take off my safety gear. There's a chance I may or may not do a video on cutting the ridges a little bit. These tires work really, really good, but I kind of enjoy cutting. It's fun, it's entertaining. I may also try changing the shape of the blade a little bit. Maybe putting a little cup in it or something might help, but with it flat like this, cutting the paddles on this part of the tire works pretty good. You can see those are all pretty decent. I don't know if I said I'm not a professional. So if I didn't say that at the beginning, you know now, I'm not a professional, but just showing you guys how with a little bit of time, you can pretty easily cut a set of paddles. And if you're just doing a simple cut like this, you don't really need to have a professional job done. You can just zip it up. Now, if you're actually cutting for weight savings, then you need the right tools or you need a professional to do it. But anyway, hopefully you guys have fun doing that. It's pretty entertaining. If you're not making a video and you have more time, you can really, make it a lot more perfect. But for the sake of not making a really long video, we just zipped them real quick. And like I said before, you can always use the sanding disc to just kind of hit it. I don't have safety gear on right now, so I'm not gonna really do it, but you can just get in there and you can sand and really smooth them out if that's your thing. All right, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have a good time trying to do that. Let me know how it goes in the comments. Thanks. Okay, that was my fault. I know there's gonna be some of you that are gonna ask, how much weight did that take off? Now, it's definitely not much. So we'll see how much it is. Figured I can at least give you that data. Okay, so I grabbed all the pieces, I think. So 152 grams, and that is 5.4 ounces. So it's not going to make the difference between doing wheelies or not, but it's definitely a little bit of rotational weight. So I wouldn't do it just for the weight, but you can see there it's 5.4 ounces. Not huge, but it's something. All right, have a good one, guys.
If you like our video, like and subscribe.